All right, we are live once again, and we are playing Mars First Logistics, as you will soon see. You will all soon see. There we go. Let your eyeballs recover from the blindness. Here we are. I'm probably gonna turn it down a bit on my side. I'm not wearing my earballs today. There we go. The last time on Dragon Ball Z, we installed a diving board, and I had plans on building new things, like creating a much more open version of this, where it's like completely open in the middle, not just a little bit, because this was just me redoing like a thing that was only slightly there, but like moving everything up, like having the wheels connected, but without the center part, and yeah, even moving it a little forward in front. I think I could show it here, right? So like this here, instead of having the most forward facing wheel here, have it like a little bit like having this part here be connected here, because I think this part here is required, right? So like all right. See, once again, you know, me being the knower, and all game does to just call me a daily shaver. I think you disappeared yesterday. I kept trying to talk to you, but you weren't there. I liked your I thought your joke was funny about the jiggle physics. Remember what Chubbs taught you? Tap it in. Exactly. Just gotta tap it in. So I don't think I can move this part, because you can't, like, you just can't, you're not allowed to move parts, right? You just can't do it. So I think what I gotta do then is delete this, and then delete this, and this, and put like one here, and then come off from here. And then back one like this. These cost 10, these cost 8, cost 25. And are they like 3? I think these are equivalent of 3, right? So if I put 1, 2, 3, and then I put, yep. I think that's a better way to do it. let's leave this the way I had it. Just in case I want to add something to the front. All right. Then all right, and so this is where the first wheels go. Then this part goes here. And I might even move it further up. Indeedy do I will. Indeedy do I will. I want to copy this, I think. See, as the knower, what I would do, designing this aspect of the copy, first off, you should just be able to snap the part. I should just be able to snap this off and move it somewhere. But if that's too complicated for the development team to be able to just go and just move that whole section, just go like grab, and then I signify that I want to grab everything connected from here. So I grab, hold a button, and then signify I want to grab everything connected from here on, and then go, and so it grabs everything from there connected on. So instead of it picking the whole thing up, it would just pick everything from connected to this part here, continuing, and then it would pop off, and then I just move it to the side. But if that's too complicated, at least allow me to copy like that. All right, at least allow me to copy like that, meaning if I do this and then I drag here, I'm signifying I want to copy everything connected in that direction. So there should be a copy button, and there should be a copy in continued direction button. See, this is why I am the knower, and why all game devs should give me a copy of their game before the game comes out, and then I'll tell them how to make their game better, because I am the knower. I can make every game a better game. All right, so I am going to move this forward a bit. There we go. And in fact, I might move it forward a bit more. There we go. Yeah. Looking good. Looking real good. All right, next. That's what I figured, but that's okay. I don't mind wasting a bit of money. Real nice. Look at that. That's real nice. Now, we get to deleting. And we have an open center. Now, I was thinking about doing something with this. As in, wasn't there like a half space like this? Yeah. Something like that. Keep it real low. But that might not be good enough. So how low is this if I place this here? It's gonna scrape on things, I think. Yeah. All right. So I think what I'll do instead, for now, 5x5. How big is this 5x5? Oh, interesting. That's actually not bad. I'd like something that comes off more in that direction. But you can kind of see what I'm going for. I want it to be able to sit on top of that a little, at least a little bit, right? And one thing I could do in the future is raise the whole frame up a little bit more, lower the wheels down a bit more, add another one of these so that I can extend the height even more maybe, and then add, like, have one of these so that I could push it out that way. So what I was thinking is something like I don't mind buying for demonstration purposes. I don't mind. But I'd have to push, I think, the wheels out further this way if I do that. Because I would want this piston to be even further back. And really, I think that I think I'd like to have it move. Like, can I move this center part? Can I have this be pushed around? Like, if I put something on that, can I extend this? Let's just do this for now. All right. I think I can. I think I can move this instead. but we're not going to do that for right now. There we go. I think I'm just going to use this by itself. I don't want to raise it up a bit more because that's going to drag sometimes. Like 100%. So let's just go without that for now. We'll go without the bottom plate for now, because that's going to drag for sure at some points. All right. This is less likely to drag, so we'll put that down there for now. I wonder how, if that should be closer or further. Let's go a little closer. All right, good deal. So that's what we'll do. And that's one spacer, right? Yeah. All right, so one spacer followed by one connector. And I'm buying this for aesthetic only. Yeah, there we go. If I buy something, it implies I probably want to use it next, but all right. Looking good. All right, one spacer again then. All right, and I can shrink and increase the size of this. This was increased by quite a bit because of the ice cube. So now let's save this as a very wide thing that I have. Then save another one as a much narrower. And I might put like a third set of grabbers in the middle. All right, so a much narrower version is going to be We're just gonna cut it to like there. Cut those two out. So cut two out and cut two out. We'll try cut two and two. So let's start with this as a copy. I have to do this. All right, let's start with this as a copy. Then delete you, 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 and you. And you, and you. And put you there. How's it going, Albino? You had some fish and fries? It sounds nice, man. Sounds nice and tasty. Then we're gonna, we're gonna cut 2 instead of 3 on this side, because we cut 3 on that other side technically. Everything, yep. So 1, 2. There we go. If I extend it all the way, will it interfere? Find out. By quite a bit. For things of that exact size, it would be perfectly centered. So yeah, I think I'll save this one this way, and then depending on the size of the object, I can move things out further, or move things out further that way, whichever way I prefer. But these two variations, I think, are the ones I want. There we go. And it's still pretty, it's not top heavy at all because of the wide wheelbase and everything. Even with me having this all the way up as high as it is, it's not top heavy. Well, when I'm not carrying anything, at least. All right. Let's have some fun. I got something new. I can improve on this though. Oh no, oh no, I'm gonna die. All right, well, waiting on that. Yeah, that definitely would improve it. You just make it slightly higher to the ground so that the wheels work too. Your mama. Wait a second. Oh, okay, I can see it. I was like, where's the that center unit that seems to have to be there? Go swimming. Oh, hey, look at this. The wheels work. I'm sorry, what? I can even turn. All right, so can I look at this? Oops. Yeah. All right, let's see what we're doing here. What are we doing next? End cap, quarter spacer, 5x3 plate. That would be better for what I have. No, because it's probably gonna be not off centered. Three by one panel. That's interesting. That could be better. Well, I need, because I think mine is 5x5. I need a 5x1. All right, so these are the things I'm interested in. And I went ahead and finished my build because I'm almost certain this ore hauler is going to be the exact sort of thing that I just built, but maybe not as good. Well, I shouldn't say not as good. I should say not as overbuilt. This one's overbuilt. It doesn't need to be like this. This one is overbuilt as hell. You need a hero game. The way this game, the way the music starts out, like on this part, it's like almost like the game needs a hero. I wonder if he's also got to be strong and fast to be fresh from the fight. It reminds me of Short Circuit 2. Like when I'm riding around on this robot and at the very beginning of the song, I think of Short Circuit 2. I'm gonna ride through the heart of this rather than riding around and look for more ore. So tonight's movie night is the Cat Show. Yesterday was Happy Gilmore, and it was good. That was a great movie. They did a great job. I think that was an excellent follow-up. Excellent follow-up. That's the type of movie I'd like to own on a physical copy of, type of thing, to put alongside my old Happy Gilmore 1 movie. An excellent addition to Adam Sandler's Joy films. Films that make you happy and laugh. Turned out to be a bit higher than I thought. So I got my Switch 2 dock back, by the way, guys. I'm gonna try it out later on tonight. Got it back very shortly before the stream started. I'm sure it'll work for a few days. Then when it breaks down, I'm gonna record the fact that that's the third one that has broken down, and I'm going to make a very angry video about it. And even if the third one doesn't break in a few days, which it probably will, I'm still gonna make an angry video because 2 times is too damn many. Too damn many. Cooperate with me, robot. There we go. Sure, I'm missing a little bit of ore here and there, but I'm trying to get the majority of the ore I see at the least. If I see it, I want to get it for this journey. I want to have a large surplus of this ore. Because as I said, I have not seen any ore respawn yet. I've gone back to the first ore in the game that I'm on, mined every single day since the first day I mined it, and it's still never respawned, so that's the case. That means there's a finite, if it does never respawn, that means there's a finite amount of ore in the game. And there's probably way more than enough ore for building whatever you need to build. But still. I'm not taking that chance. If I see it, the majority of the time, if I see it, I mine it. If I'm in an area where it spawns a lot, I look for it. Well, I shouldn't say spawn. An area where it has a high concentration. Thing is that it doesn't seem to spawn. I like how generous they are with the mining. You don't really have to touch it. I don't think I mentioned that. Everything doesn't have to be so... Everything doesn't have to be perfect when it comes to stuff like that. This is an example of the game erring on the side of the player having fun. The exact opposite of what Red Dead does. Red Dead errs on the side of making sure the player doesn't have fun. Not even on the sake of realism. No, just they want to make sure you don't have fun. Hey, how's it going, you wrong? Because if they cared anything about realism, people wouldn't be able to psychically report me for crimes that they never even witnessed in the first place. I think it's I'm going off track. I think it's time I just go this way. But how's it going, you wrong? To leave lots of space for stuff like explosives and shrapnel. What do you mean? I just had an interesting idea. That is interesting. Let's go ahead and create this idea right now. What's this? Oh yeah, I remember what that is. Mm. All right, it's a bit better. Oops, forgot about that one part. All right. Just one less. Two less? One less, two less. Two less. Yeah, actually, I think that's a good amount. Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's. Copy you. There we are. Nah, I want one more. I want one more. Yeah, there we go. I like that bit better. Hey, Private Tomcat. What? Didn't I, weird. I thought I fixed that. Alright. Alright. I wonder if that gives if it gives it ever so slightly more boost. Probably not. All right, so there we go. Let's get over this because these wheels are bad at climbing and stuff. Hopefully there's some flat terrain around here somewhere. I can just pull my wheels up. I'm like, nope, I don't want my wheels there anymore. I was like, nope, I don't want my wheels. I kind of like that I can retract my wheels. This is just a weird thing I built. Doesn't have any meaning. I'm gonna save it though, because I could probably turn it into something. Save. I think I could turn that into something. It's about time I build a proper climber. And by a proper climber, I mean just something super simple. Why can't I target? There we go. Basically, this exact little tiny thing, but with the climbing wheels. Does that count as touching? It does not. All right. So the next part of the climber is that I want to copy all this, delete, put one of you here. Yeah. Oops. Undo. There we go. Then oops. And I'm thinking about making it wider. Turn it into my mama. It's already driving a lot better like this. If it flips horizontally a ton, then I'll make it wider too. But I prefer the narrowness at the moment because it allows me to navigate tighter spots. And it hasn't been flipping horizontally a lot, so I think this is the way to go. Unless it's super flat terrain, then I know it's going to be super flat terrain the whole way. This is my new go-to. My new go-to used to drive places. So this is obviously a go around sort of situation. I'm going to center the wheels a bit more. And then I think this is done. Yeah. So yeah, let's do that. So what I mean is, first off, let's all right, so we're going to we're going to copy this, delete, and then move it to here. Then we're gonna take this. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. And move it to here. Then we're gonna copy that. And move it to here. And we're gonna delete those two bottom pieces there. And I think this is my finalized design. One of these older things that I don't want as much. I never did anything with this. I could just move this down. Can you move things down? Doesn't look like it. All right. So what I'll do is I'll save it here and here. Then I'll switch to this. And I'll save this one here. Then select this one. Save this one here. Oh, it does have move. TG. Okay. All right, move. T. There we go. That's gonna be my go-to. Here's another go-to. This is more of a fun thing. This is a practical thing. This is a design for later on, maybe. Let's keep going around. Yeah, I think this is good. It almost never flips horizontally. I mean, I know it will flip horizontally on things, but it's not frequent enough for me to matter to me. So I'm gonna keep it very narrow like this. And as far as flipping, like vertically on the vertical. Well, that's not the right. Like this is like the thing I'm not worried about that much. That is going to happen sometimes. Flip to the side. There we go. It almost never flips to the side. That's a better way of saying it. Better, more descriptive and easier to understand for what I'm looking for. Like what had just happened there. It doesn't flip to the side very often. Now forward and backwards, that was a big issue with the previous one, and now it's pretty much a non-existent thing. Oops. Indeed, so Dale, indeed. Alright. We're in a relatively flat area with the possibility of ore, so stay on this one for a bit. I need to start scouting out my transmitter. As far as transmitters go, I think this is going to be a much better builder when I want to build. I feel like rather than switching to the crappy builder they have, I think I'd rather just put a put that right there. That one. There we go. Could have built it a lot further than that, but I think that's good. It's a relatively high point on the opposite side of all this terrain that is issued like this, which will allow me to build the next spot pretty good. Interesting. I was still able to drive even with this thing upside down in this builder part. So I don't know if this is high enough. It might be worth trying to destroy that and see if this is... if this would connect here. If I destroy a thing, does it auto connect? Let's check something. Yeah, that's within range. Was it within height? It might be. I don't think it was that hard to build that up there, so let's find out. Yeah, 6 wheels seems like the way to go in this game. This length of vehicle is just so much more stable. I probably don't even need 6 wheels, but it creates more traction, I think. So... It stinks that I have to destroy that in order to test this. It's one of the reasons, you know, why the devs, you know, just call me. I'll tell you how to make your game. Because it'd be a lot better if I could just choose which one I want to try to connect it to. That they were all visible and that I could cycle through the connections with the press of a button. Now I know that one that that is almost 5 kilometers away from here is really, really high up. The whole point of which is so I could do things like possibly what I'm about to do. Huh? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why won't you try to target that one instead? Because I'm pretty sure that one's a valid one to target. Oops. Let's just start moving towards this one so we can see how high it actually is, because that marker is not where it is, by the way. It always puts the marker like low for some reason. The marker's not that bad. It's low, but it's not that low. So as long as I'm able to get it to about that height, which isn't that high, by the way. Alright, here we go. I'm almost there. Yeah, just still slightly too low, I think. I wish I could just, like, get it on the highest point and not have it teleport. I feel like that is probably... Actually, I feel like that's tall enough. Because it's right there, right? Plus the height of this, because this is tall. I feel like this actually is tall enough. Like, if it's short, it's like a foot short or something. Things always appear taller at a distance, so I don't know if this is actually taller. It seems like it is to me, by a significant enough amount that it probably is. That stinks, that signal too weak. Alright, it's time to test something that I've been wanting to test for a long time. Sorry, or I don't have time for you, I gotta test something. Alright, so I'm gonna test to see if I can deconstruct a thing and then it'll auto connect to valid things. If there are any valid ones in it. You were 15 minutes behind, damn. You can recolor all your Legos all you want. Like, I made my wheels black. To the inner part, instead of being white and yellow, they're black and yellow. Thought it added a nice touch. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place one here. Then I'm gonna place one here and it's connected to that one right there, right? Then I'm gonna deconstruct this one if it lets me. Well, it did. It did exactly what I hoped it would do. So, that means theoretically, I should be able to build a temporary one here. Because I believe that that mountain there is tall enough to link up to the one that's further away. But the one that this mountain here was out of range. But now it shouldn't be out of range. I should be able to drive up it. All right. Gonna be slightly tricky. Whoa, completely lost control. Well, not as high as I'd like it because of poor choices from the game developers targeting system. All right, so let's go here now, and I should be able to destroy this theoretically. And this one should still be functioning, and it is. Because it was far enough out. I mean, it has a connection to these two. So, good, good. Now these two things are connected. And this one's so high up that most of the surrounding area is targetable. Wait, what? Did I just hack the game on accident? I don't think it should be able to connect to that one. It's 5.2 kilometers. I thought 5 kilometers was the limit. I'm not gonna argue it didn't let me place it at max height. I'll take it. I'm disappointed in the lack of max heightness. Why the hell does this thing always land butter side down? Where's my coffee? Ah. I wonder if I'm gonna get monster truck wheels. You know what? I should visit that place over there. I know monster trucks are kind of a thing of the past. Hopefully the game devs are old enough to appreciate a good monster truck and understand that monster truck wheels would be pleasing to have in this game. Butter side down. Let's just... Yeah, now we don't have to worry about butter side down. Butter has been removed. All right, what am I delivering into where? A rocket fin. Supposed to get an ore hauler. I'm curious about this ore hauler because it's clearly a new vehicle, and I have a feeling my most, well, not my most recent, but one of my most recent creations will be similar to it. Interesting. Interesting. This is a wind tunnel. Let's find out how windy it is. Wind me, baby. Wind me good. Woo! Yeah! Wind tunnel! It winded me so damn hard. Alright, let's go get this. I'm imagining that this is going to be a very large item because it's very short delivery. Like, I gotta deliver it like 2 inches. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. Might even just use this. I was gonna use something else. I was gonna use my new grabber. You know what, let's actually, is the new grabber too wide though? I think it can get through there. The new grabber might not be low enough to the ground. Yeah, it's not. I can make it lower though. Should it be even lower? I didn't think that thing was going to be made out of tissue paper. Huh? Didn't even grab it at all. Oh, because it's too low. It's not low enough still. I think there should also be a insert button. The game devs, give me a call. They're gonna make your game better. What I mean by an insert button is that I should be able to say, go right in between these two places and then go insert. Like, yeah, hit the insert button and then the insert button just kind of slides it in between those two, and then I can rotate it and do all that other thing, and it just automatically moves the parts that are below it. That kind of thing would make building a lot more intuitive and quicker. Game devs, I told you. I know all. This is I could make your game better because I am the knower. I know all things. They call me the knower. And by they I mean me. But chief among all the things that I know that being all things, is how to make video games better. Touch it! Touch it! Touch it! Touch it! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I touched it. Alright, let's push that thing up in there. That's what she said. What? How did it fall out so much? I call bullshit. What the? Put this fucking box in my way. Box came out of nowhere. Alright, we're gonna change things up a little bit. I had a feeling that might happen. So we're gonna prevent that from happening this time. What? The hell is going on? There we go. Now the vehicle's turning correctly. Why did you start blowing? It worked out. It's fine. I was gonna despawn my vehicle. I knew it. I'm sorry, what does that say? The rocket part provides a large amount of thrust, enough to overcome Mars's gravity. I'm sorry, what did that just say? I need to use the bathroom. I shall return. Ploofing. Oh my. I'm sorry. Did you say rust? Oh, yeah. Thanks for... Yeah. Yep. This is... You remember when I did move the frame up and had to think? Yep, I was planning on doing something like this too. Yep. That was one of the ways I was going to have an open body. I feel like it's a little too top heavy for me. For what I was doing. But yeah. More importantly than that though... I need fuel. I can fly! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's on. Okay. Okay. We need to do some experiments. Experiment number 1. So the hook, I like that. That's gonna be useful. We need fuel tanks. We're gonna want more than one of those for sure. I'm going pretty fast, but how fast would I go if I press this button? Only slightly faster. If anything, I don't think I went faster at all. Because I'm empty. So, let's go fill up. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boys. Oh yeah, boys. Oh yeah. Let's go see what this place is about. Probably mining related. Deliver ore. Yeah. Looks like it came back just in time for my new design. I don't think I can make it to this place over here. Is it discovered? Is it discovered? It's discovered, but it doesn't look like there's a refuel site there. I don't like that I have to refuel at very specific locations. That's kind of lame. I need to check my streams and make sure that everything is proper. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I don't seem to be able to refuel here. Oh, I can. Okay. I should be able to refuel at every single site, no matter what. All right. That would be the best way to do this. So design number 2 is this. I think I need 3 rockets at least. Need 1 up, 1 down, 1 behind me. All right, so rockets are not cheap. All right. This, I think, be me flying vehicle. Let's go ahead and fix something though. Change channel. Channel 1. Channel 2 and channel 3. So interesting. That did not function at all the way I thought it should. Let's go down here where it's a bit flatter and I can look at this again. Why was I not going up? All right, so it's channel 2. Huh? Am I too heavy now? I think I'm too heavy now. All right. How heavy are these parts? I shouldn't be too heavy. I shouldn't be too heavy. That's bullshit. Nah, that's bullshit. Two of them lifted up that heavy ass other vehicle that had way more parts than this. I don't... That's false. That's false. That is false. Like, that is false. That is not correct. You did not do the... You're not correct, game. You did this wrong. Like, you made a mistake, video game. What? That is also false. Do I have to fix this every time? You're not smart enough to understand what I want? You're very stupid when it comes to the thrust positioning. Like, very stupid. I disagree vehemently. Like, a lot. There is so much disagreeing that happening right now. I don't know if it's possible for me to disagree more than I currently disagree. Like that, there is a fuck ton of disagreement from me on how that works. That's not correct. these few blocks right here, it can't pick it up. It's too close to the ground, I think. I'm pretty sure it's too close to the ground. Nope, that's not it. I disagree so much. Like, I can't tell you how much I disagree with this. This is completely incorrect. This here. This vehicle here can't be lifted, right? Let's save this here for now. This can't be lifted by a single rocket thruster, right? However, all of this can be lifted by two. And not just be lifted, but lifted easily by two. Easily. Explain to me how all of this can easily be lifted by two. But that tiny little bit of shit can't be lifted by one. That is incorrect. Like, you're lying to me. This is a lie. Like, I'm very upset by this lie. This is a pointless fucking lie that should not exist. Like, very, very, very bad choice. That is a completely pointless lie. That's what I thought. You're lying. Why are you lying? I need flat ground to test this until I get good at it. That shouldn't be possible. Like how? Explain to me how I can do that. That should not be possible. That you're cheating. There's no configuration. There's no way in which I should be able to blow this and get blow a single engine and get vertical thrust in that manner. Like, I'm gaining altitude. Like, I should not be able to gain altitude in that way. Oh. You're lying. I'm really not happy about that. That is an anti-fun thing. Like this right here, I should not be able to do to gain altitude. And if I was better at it, I would be able to get even higher, a lot higher. The physics of that should not be possible. I'm only using one engine at a time. If I was like going at an angle and using two engines, okay. But no, I'm using one engine. As long as I've gained altitude, once I've left the ground, like suddenly I can start gaining vertical altitude. And not even like I understand horizontal is going to be a little easier, but no, I mean there's been a couple of times where for a few seconds I'm just going straight vertical. See that? I was going pretty much just straight up and gaining altitude. That should not be possible. The reason why that should not be possible is because if I take this exact thing and instead I move this engine to here in the center and press that button, guess what doesn't happen? I don't go up. But if I've already broken away from the ground and instead point this one straight down, I can suddenly gain altitude. Now, I understand that it should be easier to gain altitude if it's not straight down. Like, for instance, let's see if I can rotate it. No, I can't rotate it in this direction. But so if this is pointed in this direction, technically it's easier for me to gain altitude than in this direction, because I'm kind of going like only a little bit of weight. Like I'm like, whatever, it doesn't matter. But there are a few situations where it was directly vertical. It was directly vertical and I was still going up. If all these things on here is very frustrating. Like that, it's just so pointlessly, like there's no reason for them to do that other than just to be assholes. I really don't like that I have to do this every time. I don't care what channel it's on. Wait a second. How does that work?
Because 2 of these are the same as 1 of those, right? Yeah. What? I don't feel like that should work that way. So it's off center about by that much, right? Pretty much it's off center by that much. That's about how much it's off center. Then when I connect this here, suddenly it's on the other side. I disagree. I disagree. Some sort of shenanigans are taking place. It's pushing it. It's like shenanigans. I call fucking shenanigans. Look at this. All right, so I call shenanigans. That's shenanigans. That shouldn't be that way. What? Shenanigans. Shenanigans again, shenanigans. There's so many shenanigans going on, I can't even keep track of the amount of shenanigans. It's shenanigan country. It's all of it's an uncalculable amount of shenanigans happening. Like never before in the history of our world have we ever witnessed so many shenanigans. Hey, DLC gamer. All right. What's going on? Why did... Oh my god, it destroyed my thing that I made. 0 to 10. Shouldn't be possible. By the rules that you've already established, I shouldn't be able to do what I just did. Unless you're cheating with the physics. Alright, so it is doing exactly what I thought it might do. Get the fuck out of here. Those two things aren't interacting. Alright, screw your mama. Red Faction. Yeah, my friend played that a long time ago. I saw him play it a bit. All right. I think I need to have forward momentum in order for that thruster to work. Yep. What changed? There we go. Alright, let's go somewhere else. Let's find some flatter ground maybe to play with. Alright, which direction am I pointing? Straight in the wrong direction. About in this direction. Perfect. Alright, so... Hell yeah, boys. Heavenly body reached the edge of space. I'm in orbit. I didn't expect to go into orbit. Yeah, I didn't expect to go into orbit. And I'm kind of out of fuel. Wow, it's storming pretty bad. If I lose power, I'm done streaming for the day. And if I get power back within a certain amount of time, I'll head into Discord and still try to do movie night. I did not expect to be able to go into orbit, which this is not good orbit. I should be... Okay, so when you're in orbit, the physics of this game, they really need to overhaul the physics of the game. I should be falling towards the ground at terminal velocity. I should be, in fact, if I'm not in the atmosphere of this planet, I should be falling to the ground faster than terminal velocity. Now, the reason that is because when you're in orbit, gravity doesn't turn off. Like your gravity doesn't end because I'm in orbit. It's still there. It's just that I'm falling horizontally. So okay, let me show you guys something real quick. A lot of people don't seem to understand this. I think a lot of you guys probably already know this, but for those of you who don't, this is I think you'll find this interesting, hopefully. All right, so let's create a planet. It's storming real bad. Okay, so if, let's say on this plane here, right? On this plane here, you are here. You're within the gravity well of this planet. Let's say the moon, let's say this is Earth, right? And let's say this is the moon. So, if you were to say be here, and you had no movement, you weren't going this way, this way, this way, or this way. Let's say somehow you became relative to the speed that this is traveling through the universe, right? So if this, let's say your planet is traveling in this direction, and let's say it only can travel on this flat plane, and it's traveling 10 miles per hour, which is, you know, obviously it's going a lot faster than that. And then you do the exact same thing. You at first you escape the gravity atmosphere. Oh wow, that lightning was really close. You escape the atmosphere and get to here, right? When you get to here, you then are doing the exact same thing. You stop all momentum in this direction, and instead you're going in that direction through the universe at 10 miles an hour, exactly like the planet. Let me look out my front door, because it's not like lightning just hit, like, I don't know, like feet away from my trailer. I don't see anything out my door. But tomorrow I'm gonna walk around the park and look around for like signs of lightning damage, because I think lightning hit a tree in my park or something. If you then perfectly match Earth's movement in the galaxy, in our universe, right? You're going the exact same speed and direction and everything. You've perfectly matched Earth. What do you think will happen? The average person, for some reason, seems to think that if you do this, you will remain here forever. So basically, if a year passes, supposedly you will be right here, and the planet will still be going, and you'll just be right here. In fact, as the planet orbits around the sun, some people might be thinking the planet will start orbiting around the sun, changing how it's moving. Instead of going in this direction, it starts to move because it's going in a big circle, and then it might leave this behind. That's how some people are going to think it's going to be one of those two things. When in fact, what would happen is if you stopped all momentum other than matching exactly what Earth's momentum is, you'll fall to the planet. And you will fall at ever increasing speed, because the only thing that slows you down is the atmosphere. So let's say the terminal velocity of your ship, if it was in Earth's atmosphere, was like 100 miles per hour. That's actually a lot. But let's say it's 100, right? You're gonna fall down at 100 miles per hour. If you're in Earth's atmosphere and you get to it's about 100 miles per hour at most. That's like when the atmosphere is thinner, and then as it thickens up, it starts to slow, you know, and eventually it's at its thickest right before you hit the ground, and your like terminal velocity is you know, like 80 when it starts to get to a thicker atmosphere, part of the atmosphere. So you're getting more wind resistant, more resistance to your movement. So it's 80, it's 100 as you're just entering the atmosphere, and 80 as you're like properly in it, and like the air's thick and all that. So but if you're here in space, if you're falling towards the planet, it's not 100, it's infinite. It's whatever. It's just going to keep increasing. You're going to keep falling towards the planet faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. So if you come up here, and as you could see, I was matching the planet. I wasn't really moving around at all. I just kind of went up. What would happen is I would just start to fall down. It doesn't matter if I go into the point, if I go to the point where I'm no longer in the atmosphere, like let's say the atmosphere of the planet is oh. I think let's make it smaller. Let's just, that way it's easier to do it. Let's say that right there is the atmosphere. Anything outside of here, there's nothing. There's no atmosphere. That's the end. That's the end of the atmosphere. Like any kind of gas and all that stuff. You're not interacting with anything like that on the Earth anymore. Well, then if you're here, you're not suddenly in outer space, and well, you are, but you're not suddenly in outer space and completely unable to fall to the planet unless you push yourself towards the planet. No, the planet is always pulling you towards it.